Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on Friday, having a look at the weather for the next 30 days, next 4 weeks with the Japanese and CFS B2 models. And I should get on that for you very short. I should say that the first video released today was the ECMWF 42 day look at a 7 AM upload. How was that, everybody? Did you enjoy the surprise upload at 7 AM? Let me know what you thought about that. And quite funny, wasn't it? Seeing that appearing at 7 o'clock. And 10 to 14 day coming up later on for you. And also tonight we're going to have our latest Easter update. So it's a busy old day at GavsWeatherVids, say, hence the 7 AM upload. Right, so I'll go with JMA Friday for you. Just so you can enjoy the content on the channel, please click the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. All that good stuff. Thank you so much. Drop a comment and let us know what you think. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, we're going to start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly from the North Pole and Arctic view down with the JMA. Now these are broken down to week periods, by the way. So first week period will take us from the 26th of March to the 2nd of April. The North Pole of the Northern Hemisphere and the Arctic is just there. Wider Arctic circle around there. And of course got the middle latitudes around here. Blue is extrapolated to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red extrapolate to above average heights, which is high pressure. So you can see that in the coming week, we've got quite a bit of high pressure influences actually sitting to our south and southeast with these yellow, orange, and red colours. Low pressure is out to the northwest. There should be quite a bit of fine weather for more southern parts of the country, although there will be an Atlantic influence. So it's not going to be completely plain sailing, particularly for the north and west. There will be some rain at times. We go through to week 2, which takes us from the 2nd through to the 9th of April. And the high pressure then is out to our west and to our northwest. Trough low pressure is dropping in over Scandinavia, and winds will be going in to much more of a northerly, easterly or northeasterly. So becoming colder essentially as that high pressure shifts out to the northwest. High pressure shifts towards Greenland, starts to turn the wind into a colder east or northeasterly. And then we go through to weeks 3 and 4. More changes. This takes us from the 9th through to 23rd of April. This time we get low pressure developing to our north. High pressure pulls out into the middle of the North Atlantic. We send the jet stream and wind flow alignment on a northwest-southeast trajectory. So we turn more unsettled, and we start to turn quite cool as well. We continue to be quite cool, I suppose, given that week 2 is quite a cool week as well. But this time it's coming more from the northwest rather than the northeast, so coming from more of a northwesterly direction with low pressure in off the Atlantic, brings spells of rain and quite cool temperatures as well. Let's confirm that for tropical and mid-latitude view. So British Isles is in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you are looking at it. Reminder of that week 1 500 millibar height anomaly with high pressure over the UK and covering much of Western Europe as well. The precipitation, temperature anomaly I should say, for week 1 from the 26th of March through to the 2nd of April is above average and milder than average week coming up. Precipitation anomaly is a little bit wetter than average, particularly for more northern and western parts of the country. Week 2 is going to be the 2nd to the 9th of April with high pressure then to our north and northwest and winds coming in from something of an easterly direction. Temperature anomalies go colder in week 2 as we pull in those northeasterlies. We see the temperatures taking a tumble, a cold and average week coming up, not just in the UK but through many parts of northern and western Europe as well. It does go a little bit drier as we pull in those northeasterly, so it is, as I said, actually we're a little bit on the drier than average side, but definitely a colder week there with winds in from an east or northeasterly direction. And then we go through to weeks 3 and 4 from the 9th through 23rd of April. High pressure in the middle of the Atlantic. We can't see the Arctic and Greenland and Iceland, most of the areas there off the chart up here, but we know we've got low pressure up here, so we're probably lining the jet stream up on a northwest-southeast alignment. Temperature anomalies for weeks 3 and 4 from the 9th to the 23rd of April are around or maybe a little bit above average, though just to our west we're a little bit below average, and is a more unsettled couple of weeks as well. I reckon this is relatively cool. This is a relatively cool and unsettled, showery couple of weeks, really. So this April could be shaping up to be rather cooler, I think, based on that sort of scenario. Right, let's see how the CFSV2 compares then. So these are 500 millibar heights again, breaking down into week periods. The first week period takes from 26th of March to the 1st of April. The coming week has a higher pressure to the south, but lower pressure to the north. So particularly for northern areas, it will be an unsettled week to come. All change for week 2. It's the 2nd to the 8th of April. The high pressure is away to our northwest, and around come these east to northeasterly winds, so becoming colder into week 2. Week 3 will take us from the 9th through to the 15th of April, mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards Greenland, trough low pressure coming in to Scandinavia, winds going northwest to southeast, so that's going to be quite a cool week as well. And then week 4 is going to be the 16th, 22nd of April. This one much more unsettled, but still quite cool as low pressure sort of pushes down through the western side of Europe. The jet stream pushing southwards as well. So cool and unsettled sums it up, I think, for week 4, 16th to the 22nd of April. Temperature anomalies for week 1 with CFSV2 from the 26th March to 1st of April. Colder than average in the north, milder than average in the south. Most parts of Europe looking very mild. Go through to week 2, and this is the 2nd through to the 8th of April. And colder than average for UK and Ireland through most parts of Western Europe as well. Quite a cold week coming up there. Week 3 is the 9th through to the 15th of April. We go nearer normal or have no signal with precipitation then. And then week 4 from the 16th to 22nd of April. Again, quite weak signals, but if anything, we are a little bit on the cooler than average side. And then lastly, precipitation-wise, for week 1 from the 26th of April, from 26th of March to the 1st of April. So it's wetter than average for the north and the west. Nearer normal, though, for the south and east. Dry, just to our south. Week 2, 2nd to the 8th of April, is drier than average to our northwest. Nearer normal elsewhere. Week 3 is going to be the 9th through to the 15th of April, and again, it's quite close to average. And then week 4 is going to be the 16th to 22nd of April. Again, weak signals by this point, as always, the weeks 3 and 4, but hinting anyway, but it's probably going to be a rather, if anything, it's probably going to be a rather more unsettled week, I would have thought. Right, so that's it, JMA Friday this week. So basically setting up quite a coolish April here, I think. So we're definitely going to, or it looks like have a high chance of pulling in quite cold winds from the northeast, as we go through the first week of April, and then moving out into like the 2nd and 3rd weeks of April. It probably remains quite cool. Winds tend to go more northwesterly, I would have thought. That's still going to be quite a cool wind direction, in April. So quite a cool April shaping up here, I think, and a little bit different to what we've had over the past few years, because we have had some quite warm springs recently. Most notably last spring, of course, had a very warm, sunny, almost summer-like April last year. But this one looks a lot more changeable, I think, and potentially quite a lot cooler as well. Just a snapshot though of what these models are showing, so they could all look very different next week. Any forecast beyond 5-7 days is fraught with danger and health warnings, so just take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, cool April on the way if JMA Friday is correct this week. We're back later on in 10 to 14 day update, including all our regular features, and we'll have our latest Easter update for you tonight. For JMA Friday, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.